Hi, I'm Ed Quattlebaum, Director of Product Development at Attune Ag. Today, I'm really excited to show you some data that we've generated showing how our insecticide Entrapment CK provides great control for codling moth on apples. We have four graphs that we're going to show you. We're going to go from a light infestation to a light to moderate infestation, to a moderate infestation, to a heavy infestation. These trials were conducted over several years, but I think it really shows that regardless of what type of infestation you have, entrapment can be a very powerful tool for you to use. Growers are having so many issues controlling codling moth and developing resistance to insecticides that they have moved into. Almost all growers are using a rotational strategy where they're rotating insecticides that have a different mode of action to see if they can prolong or prevent insecticide resistance by the codling moth. So in the first graph here on the upper left, it's a light infestation, and there were four products that were in the rotation. We had Alticor at 3 ounces, Intrepid 2F at 16, a Sale 70 WP, and then we had Delegate at 3 ounces per acre. So when we do a CK rotation, you see on this graph, it means that we took out Intrepid 2F and we replaced it with CK, and the CK application rate was 0.125%. This is a season-long trial, and in the first generation, the spray intervals were between 13 and 18 days, and in the second generation, it was 21 to 25 days. All applications were 100 gallons per acre, and there were 6 applications made. And you can see in terms of percent damage that CK in rotation and CK alone had the highest level of reduction in damage, 64.5% for both CK in rotation and CK by itself. The conventional rotation had only 59.7% reduction in damage compared to the untreated, which shows that entrapment CK can be a very important product to use in a light infestation. Now, as we move into the light to moderate infestation, we were using a spray program, which again had multiple applications, but in this one we used Alticor at 3 ounces, Intrepid 2F at 16, and Delegate at 3 ounces. And again, we switched out Intrepid at 2F for Entrapment CK, this time at 8 fluid ounces per 100 gallons. And we can see that there were 7 applications and the spray interval was 12 to 18 days. The best treatment was CK in rotation, which provided 55% reduction in damage compared to the untreated. CK alone had 40.4%, and the conventional rotation had 38.4%. In the next graph, we are looking at a trial that was conducted with a moderate level of codling moth infestation. Again, this was a trial which was evaluated a first generation, 100 gallon spray volume, 4 applications, and the products were the same as the products in the previous, which was Alticor, Intrepid 2F, and Delegate. And you can see that the best treatment was CK by itself, which provided 83.5% reduction in damage. Conventional was 76.2%, and CK in conventional rotation was 57.7%. So now we're moving into an evaluation of entrapment CK with a very heavy infestation. And for the conventional rotation, we used Alticor, Intrepid 2F, and Delegate, and we also did a combination, which was a combination of those 3 products combined every time with CK. So we have 2 different modes of action in every spray, which is another strategy that people use for reducing the amount of resistance development. We also looked at CK in rotation, and here we used Alticor, Intrepid 2F, Delegate, and CK, 4 different products in rotation. And there were 7 applications, and the spray interval was 13 to 20 days. And you can see in the graph that the best performing treatment was 67.9% was CK in combination with the conventional products. Second best treatment was CK in rotation at 51.4% reduction in damage. And then the conventional rotation was 45.5%, and CK alone was 42.0%. So to summarize, I think we've shown you information and data which clearly shows that CK can be a very important product for apple growers to use in their codling moth control programs. Because it has a physical mode of action, it has a much lower likelihood of developing resistance by these insects to the application, and it offers an opportunity to be used in a rotational strategy where you're taking out one of the other products, or it can be used in combination with the conventional strategy. But clearly, the product has a very high level of performance, and we can demonstrate that in several of the trials. We had very high levels of control when CK was the only product that was used.